I don't know if you guys noticed my shirt today.
I love pizza.
It's hella cute, right?
Everybody loves that pizza. Remember that video?
No, I do.
Like I said, we used to be roommates, so we watched a lot of the same stupid ass videos.
Okay.
I'll show it to you.
I need some pizza, 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 pizza. Every time I want that pizza, 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 pizza.
I thought it was a Domino commercial. I never saw, but anyway.
Domino's.
So we have the designer of this shirt here today. So welcome to our set today, Miss Elle.
Hey, Elle. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
welcome.
coming.
Thanks
Cheers.
for coming. Cheers.
You got that water now.
I support hydration.
Oh, that color's
It's
so
cucumber
pretty, though,
water.
guys.
Oh.
I love it.
That's
Yeah, this is the ElleRali drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Beautiful.
Aperol. Yes.
What is it?
Alcohol. Okay, so let's just dive right in before we start talking.
I know. This is why we need a
Before it gets crazy. So the name of your brand, correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, is ElleRali.
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 Yes, ElleRali.
I love that.
ElleRali.
Thank you.
So what motivated you to create ElleRali?
Well, ElleRali, first of all, let me just talk about what ElleRali is. So ElleRali is a fashion brand with a mission to recreate the created by upcycling fabric to reduce textile waste.
Okay.
So what motivated me was I'm actually a marine biologist. So
Oh,
Really?
and she's smart.
I graduated from UC Santa Cruz with marine bio, and I worked with marine mammals in whale strandings and education and rehabilitation, and I've been doing that for now like 10 years actually.
You still do?
I actually did it like I just came back from Hawaii like 2
Ooh.
months ago. I used to work there for 5 years, and so I go in and out of it.
Okay.
I just finished my Hawaii collection while I was there, and so I kind of go back and forth with it. But ElleRali is my main
That's your baby.
name.
Sure.
Yeah, so I am marine bio, and while doing education, I realized how unaware people were of the amount of pollution that was going on into the environment. And then I started sewing, and I fell in love with repurposing. And I moved back home to LA, where my family is, and I started this amazing clothing line that's multifunctional, and it gives me a way to talk about what's going on with our environment, but also kind of look fly at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yes. You both
Yes.
So you said you just started sewing. Did you how did that? Because I want to make dog clothes. Honestly, how did you start sewing?
So my mom actually used to be a seamstress when I was younger, so she would make a lot of my clothes, and so I just kind of, I don't know, when I was younger, you know when you kind of like build, I feel like your career or whatever, I've always wanted to do design, but I never really thought it was going to be something, but I remember I was always sketching when I was younger. So I
Okay.
think it's funny how now I'm like in it, like
Yeah.
my past has always kind of brought me here, I guess you can say. So my mom, she would sew a bunch of our clothes when we were younger, and then one day she just got me a sewing machine when I was in Hawaii, and I like taught myself how to use it,
Cool.
and I kind of started off by repurposing material that we already had at the house. So
Okay.
like, different things around there, and I kind of fell in love with that. And then I started looking at like all the graphics that men's tees had, and I fell in love with that. And I was like, dude, men's clothes are so cool.
Man,
Yes.
I always buy men's clothes, even at Walmart, and I wear them as dresses.
Target.
Yeah.
Hit up like,
Yes.
oh.
The graphics, but the
Yes.
graphics
Way
in
better.
men's clothes are just
Way
so
better.
cool. I always find myself in the
Mhm.
men's section, and I'm like, why isn't women's clothes like this? Like, why do we have
They
like
give us flowers.
rainbow- Yeah,
Yeah.
like pink
Pink
and all these
flowers.
things. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, like look at these really dope graphics that are never going to be able to see the surface again because people are throwing them away.
Yeah.
So I was like, how can I recreate this where like I can rock it, but also like be multifunctional? Like these dresses have pockets, it's reversible, so you can
Yes.
flip them.
Oh,
Let me
nice.
show you.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Oh, Can you
have
see
your
it? Can you
pockets,
see?
okay, and then you can just also take it and you can flip it, so you have another.
Oh, okay. Wait, can I do that
Yeah.
with this shirt?
You can, but I kind of made that.
It has a front and a back.
Yeah.
What? That's
But
so
the dresses
dope.
you can do. So I started off with the fly dresses. I call these fly dresses, and then now I do crops and sweaters and stuff
I
like
love
that.
that. I love
But
a
it's all
dress
meant
with
to be it's
pockets.
supposed to be comfortable,
Okay.
functional. Dress it up, dress it down.
Yeah.
T-shirts are the most comfortable thing. I
Yeah,
feel.
they are.
That's the
I agree.
2019 moo-moo.
Yeah,
Ain't
I
your
agree.
grandma's moo-moo.
Oh, yes.
I love moo-moos, by the way. Ain't your grandma's moo-moo.
That's a
It ain't
good
your
one.
grandma's
Yes.
moo-moo.
Yeah.
So, what's
That's
your...
a millennial moo moo.
Oh my God,
There you
millennial
go.
moo-moo.
Oh,
Very
What is your process for finding the recycled pieces?
Great question. So a lot of the times, like I do markets a lot, and so I think just talking to people, it's crazy how much material clothes everyone has.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I might have a bag for you and you leave here.
There you go. So a lot of them are donated clothes. A lot of times too, I can go thrift store shopping and find them.
Okay.
I also make this MFS, which is multifunctional shawl. They're made out of remnant fabric. So a lot of manufacturing companies, when they do production, they have maybe like a yard or 2 yards left over, and I'll take that and I'll make these MFS multifunctional shawls out of them. So I kind of pull from different areas, kind of depending on what I need. But I just feel like I'll never run out of material because so many people have so much clothes. There's so much material out there, and clothes last a lifetime.
Clothing waste is a big.
It
a
is.
big
It's the number 2 leading polluter in the world.
wow.
Yeah, the average person throws out 72 pounds of textile waste a year. And to create one T-shirt is about 700 gallons. So they said that's the same amount of water to feed us for 900 days. One person.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
So that's like that's a lot of stuff
Waste.
that goes into
Yeah.
making clothes. And so, as you know, like clothes last a lifetime. And so I just kind of hope that by upcycling we can learn that, hey, you know, like make it look cool, but also sustainable for our environment as well.
So
few years.
yes,
Yeah.
you get clothing from people, right?
Mhm.
Donated clothing.
Right.
But how do you push like, hey, don't throw that clothing
Yeah.
out. Save it for me.
Yeah,
Or
so
just
I do
save
customs.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do customs. A lot of people, you know, they save these shirts because it has some sort of like memorabilia towards them.
Okay.
And so I do these really great customs so that they can like rock it still and bring it back to life. And so I kind of bring that back. So I can do custom as well, but also just kind of, you know, being a conscious consumer, like loving your clothes,
Yeah.
you know, because
Do you follow or have you watched I think her name's Marie Kondo?
Kondo.
I have not
On
heard so
Netflix?
much about
But
her.
because she talks about like picking up your
joy.
clothes, the joy, the feeling
Yeah.
of it, and then whether to keep it or I don't know, I guess give
Yes.
it away. But on your website, is there anything that like gives those facts about the pollution and encouraging people like what to do with their clothing?
I do a lot of links towards other people that I kind of like follow. Like I follow like Fashion Revolution, which is actually this movement that tries to bring up transparency in the fashion industry.
Okay.
And I also bring up other ways of being sustainable. You know, shopping secondhand. You know, mending your own clothes. You know, people throw away things if they lose a button.
Yeah.
You know,
I just
Yeah.
learned about buying buttons. No joke.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went to watching Project on the Runway.
Yeah.
I went to Mood to be like, oh, it's Mood.
Well, you
always-
went to Mood?
Yeah, because it's like always on the show.
What?
And
Yes,
I'm like, I'm gonna go to Mood, right? And my husband, he kind of watches it with me too. He's like, Mood? Oh, that's Mood from the show.
Oh,
Like,
that's
so we
cool,
went, and I was like,
man.
shit, I need buttons. And then I'm like, they have so much cool shit, and I'm
They
like, I
do.
fix like 3 of my shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So you
dope. I
sew
wanna
the
go to
buttons.
Mood.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a thing to do in LA. I'm going to move. That's a whole trip. That's a
Yes,
whole
yes.
feeling.
Our
Make some
colors
clothes.
are just so beautiful there.
You just gave me an idea for my dog.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna turn my own clothes. The clothes I don't want no more for my dogs.
I was thinking about doing upcycle doggy clothes.
What? That's a whole. I'm sure that's
because
a that's
I did.
some market.
It's California.
I did my
People
friend's
dress their
wedding,
dogs.
Yeah, they
and
do. They do.
Her dog was like the flower girl, and so I created these pouches so that when
Okay.
the dog
Ooh.
went through the aisle, all the flower
Stop
petals
it.
came
Stop.
off.
I can't. I can't.
It's so cool.
Okay.
You know? It was so cute. It was all
That sounds
upcycle.
cute.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a market.
I know, totally is. If you guys want to do it, do it.
Remember Kayla? Kayla hates dogs, y'all. PETA, get her.
I didn't say I hate dogs. I
get her,
don't like
Tina.
people
what?
treat them like people.
Oh, okay, I'm like, why are you over here like, oh, okay.
Girl, you want to get rid of this cat?
We're going to put these buttons on these dogs' clothes, and it's going to be a whole thing. Kayla, people have been putting clothing on their dogs forever. It's not a new thing.
It was never cute.
Socks?
Shoes, the socks.
Mm-hmm.
See, that I get because their feet could get hot or cold. Fine, socks. But
Yeah,
anything
but
else.
dogs are like outdoor animals. They should.
Yeah, I don't actually.
They
I don't
can
put
get socks.
socks
That's
on my
it,
dog.
Kayla.
Because sometimes the ground is hot as fuck or cold as fuck. Okay, I get it.
That's all they
In
get.
extreme weather, okay. In extreme
Socks.
weather, sure.
That's what I'm saying. Safety first.
Socks and water.
Socks and what? That's what they need.
That's it. Kayla. I'm going to quote that on my Instagram.
Socks and water.
So you mentioned standing with Fashion Revolution. What is Fashion Revolution, and what are their initiatives?
So Fashion Revolution is a nonprofit organization that pushes for transparency in the fashion industry. So they do this campaign that says, or like that asks big fashion brands who made my clothes. A lot of the times we don't ever really think about who's behind the scenes and what goes along with making your clothes. I think a lot of people think that there's secret robots out there that are making it, but actually it's like real people who are putting a lot of their time into making our clothes. And so it's just opening up that transparency into like how clothes are being made, who's making them, and really valuing the people that come together to make our clothes. Yeah. So their values are in people and the environment and in sustainability.
Okay, so have you collabed or partnered with anyone, like organizations or anything like that?
Yeah, so I actually recently did 2 campaigns with 2 organizations. The first one I did was with A21 in their fight for ending human trafficking.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
A21.
that's important.
That
Yes,
is important.
yes,
Yeah.
and they had these old logo T-shirts that just were outdated. They changed their logo, and so I reached out to them and wanted to create an exclusive line out of those old logo shirts.
Okay.
And when you purchase those, then a portion of the proceeds go back to the organization in their fight against human trafficking.
That's dope.
Wow.
So I worked with them, and it was really great. I was part of their A21 Freedom Walk that was actually in October, and actually Kaylani purchased that
Nice.
dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and she posted your thing on Instagram.
Yes, and she posted about it on Instagram. It was a really big, amazing moment for me. So thank you,
Okay,
Kaylani, for
yes.
supporting ElleRali.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Come to the show. It's like our 4th time asking her.
Name drop now.
Name drop.
Kaylani,
Yeah.
you up?
Right. We got your
Yeah,
girl
she's
on here.
amazing. She's amazing. She's all into sustainability
Congratulations on
and
your
helping
baby.
other people, and I was just really supportive of her, supporting what I was doing in regards to upcycling and my mission of helping other people. So I've worked with A21 in their mission for human trafficking, and then recently I just did another campaign with December as well with helping victims of human trafficking. And so that's kind of what I'm looking into is working with other organizations in spreading their mission by either using their old logo tees that they can't sell anymore, that are outdated, and kind of recreating this exclusive line for them, and then spreading their awareness as well as mine. So that's kind of what I'm trying or like looking forward to doing in the future with ElleRali. You know?
Right.
We're
Yes.
going to spread awareness and look good doing
Yeah.
At the
it.
same damn time.
Yeah.
One of the dresses that I actually made had all these really cool facts about human trafficking
Okay.
on it, and it kind of brings up conversation without
Yeah,
actually
that's a
like
conversation piece.
bringing
Yeah.
up conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so people get to read it without being too like I think
Yeah.
a lot with organizations and the political movement. It's a hard conversation to have.
But they have to be had.
Exactly.
They have to
be
They
had.
totally do. But I think it's a great conversation starter
Yeah.
Yes.
as well. So I like to do a lot of statement clothing, just to kind of catch that eye, but also bring
Yeah.
up that conversation without actually like pushing it in different situations.
Because how do you
know?
walk up
Right,
to somebody and be
like,
like,
in
"Do
your-
you know
in your
the
face,
facts
yeah.
about human trafficking?"
Yeah.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awkward.
Yeah, that would be so awkward. I
It shouldn't be,
I don't, but inform me.
Yeah.
But instead, I could read it on your T-shirt and then ask you a question about it. I think that's dope. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
So does that mean that obviously there's no 2 pieces alike then?
Oh, that's so.
Right.
that's
So
important.
a lot of it are one of a kind.
Yes.
For the A21 dress, I was able to make 5 of
Okay.
the same dress. which was really exciting for me because it's very rare for me to be able to do that. So I think if I do get the chance to work with organizations, well, I'll have a lot more options in regards, not a lot more options, but able to kind of duplicate the dresses depending on how many shirts I get of the same kind.
Okay.
So usually with my one of a kind, like something like this, or like Kayla's shirt, I don't have a lot of pizza shirts. Or, things like that.
Pizza shirt.
Yeah.
So this shirt is specifically for Kayla.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
She was thinking about her when she made it.
that shirt. That's
I
awesome.
seen her at the fair and got it, but she didn't make it for me.
What's great too is on my Instagram stories, people can actually see me make every single thing.
What?
Yeah, so they'll watch me kind of go from like the design process.
They'll be like, I want
think I'm gonna use like this shirt, and I wonder how this is gonna look, and then they'll see me go from like the vision to the cutting, the scrapping, the sewing to the final piece. And so I think it really brings that connection to the audience of like it is me.
Yeah.
Like I am the person that's making your clothes. I made your clothes. And not only that, like they get to see the vision and the process and the creativity that comes into it, and it's really special. And then they're like, I want that.
I was about to say
Right.
that. And you're done? Yes.
I'll
DM.
Thank you.
I've actually had people like message me like from just the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
When you're done.
Trust your vision.
I want that
When
one.
you're done,
Mm-hmm.
that's for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Stitch my name in the collar. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you did mention you have a team, yeah?
No, it's me.
It's just you.
What?
So
You're
you
one
made
woman show.
It's me.
Yes.
What about your mom? No.
No, my mom passed away.
Oh,
so this
I'm
is
sorry.
kind of like when I was in Hawaii, I moved back
Okay.
to take care of her.
Okay.
And so I was kind of hoping that by doing ElleRali, it would be a great way to kind of rebuild my relationship with my mother.
That's beautiful.
And so I stayed with her. I helped her through her sickness, and she passed away, and I continued on ElleRali, and this is kind of something that is a kind of a great connection with her by
That's
starting
great.
it. So it's all me.
It's all you.
It's all me.
I bet she's really proud.
So she's looking for
beautiful.
interns, y'all.
I was about to say, like, she needs some help.
I totally
That was
get
an
it.
SOS.
Yes.
Like, she
Help.
can do
Send
it by
help.
herself, but
Send
okay.
help. Yeah, it's tough, especially with upcycling.
I
So much
bet.
patchwork that gets into this. These are all different.
Like, how long did it
pieces of
take you to make that?
Oh my god, when I first started, it would take me like 10 hours
Yeesh.
to do one dress. So now, kind of depending on, now I do like crops and sweaters and men's t-shirts and these dresses. I think it takes me between 2 to 8 hours depending on it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if you had help, what would be what specifically would you have them doing for you that would make your job easier?
oh my god, just like right now, I don't know why, but it gives me like anxiety to do like the smallest things. Like if it's either like finding someone to help me like sharpen my scissors,
Right.
or
Okay.
it's the little things because I as
Answer messages and things
Yeah.
like that.
But I can do ElleRali all day. It makes me so happy to do it. So this is definitely my passion, and I'm so happy to have found it.
I'm
To get
really
paid
happy
off
for
of
you.
it.
Yeah, that like you found your
Something you
passion,
love,
you're
yeah.
happy, and you are supporting yourself, and I think it's very rare that people get all of that.
Yes, so you guys can learn more about ElleRali by visiting ElleRali.com, or Instagram's a great way to kind of see the process in regards to the sewing and the inspiration and kind of what I make. So ElleRali.com, Instagram ElleRali, and hope to see you guys one day. Yes, well thank you. Thank you ladies for having me.
Oh,
And we're not all
pleasure.
the way done. We have one. This is the best question. It's not really a question. It's a fill in the blank.
Yeah.
We are hella real. You are hella.
Fly.
Yes.
Yeah, outside can never look so fly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. You are bringing awareness and looking hella good. Hella fly. Doing it. Yes.
Yes.
Well, that was in sync. I felt that one. That yes was spiritual.
Go worldwide. Worldwide. Look,
Let's do it.